What's going on, everybody out there? This is NorbCam coming at you. I like to call this segment, it's a new segment I'm going to be doing weekly live. I call this NorbCam Now because the only thing that matters is now, and we are live now. So what is happening now? Well, it is Super Bowl 51 weekend. Finally, the wait is nearly over, less than 48 hours away from the big game. Patriots, Falcons for Super Bowl 51. And I want to know who you guys think is going to win, and the reasons why you think so. I'm going to give you my thoughts on what I think is going to come from this game, but I know a lot of you guys are going to be chiming in here, and so I may not be able to keep up with all the comments. So I want to make sure that if I get some questions from you guys, which I'll be reading and answering later on, I want you guys to either tweet me at NorbCam or email me at norb@norbcam.com, and I will answer them at a certain point during this broadcast. So let's do this thing, huh? All right, so I want to thank you guys again for watching here on a Friday evening. Quick shout outs to Anthony D. What's going on, man? Caleb Christ, who says he wants Atlanta. Bryson Posa, thanks for watching. Going for the Patriots. Avery Kwong, hey, what's going on? I remember you. I remember the name. Caden Tube, Crystal Mitchell, thank you from watching New Orleans. I remember you've been on my streams before. Logan Wise, Smockers Bruvas. Atlanta's a powerful running game and passing game. Their offense is unstoppable. That's right. So we will see what happens. So again, tweet me your questions or comments at NorbCam or email me at norbcam.com, and I will respond to you as much as I can here. So let me just talk a little bit about this game coming up. I did a little live segment or a interview with David, Sports Live in the ATL, who's a huge Falcons fan. We've done several collabs now, and of course he's hoping that his Falcons will bring home the hardware on Sunday. And I told him at the time, I said, I think the Falcons will edge the Patriots by 3. And I don't know, I find myself feeling one way one day and a different way the next day, because I think this game is going to be super tight. And every time I think, yeah, the Falcons are pretty good, I remember what the Patriots have done and look at their track record and their experience. It's hard to go against that evil empire who is just so dang good at winning consistently, year in, year out, knocking on the door of the championship almost every single year. So the Patriots are favored by about a field goal at this point. And, you know, I'm definitely hoping that the Falcons can pull this out, because I just don't want to see the sight of the Falcons losing and having to watch the Patriots hoist yet another Super Bowl trophy and Tom Brady getting yet another MVP award. Though that whole thing where Roger Goodell is going to have to hand him, you know, the trophy would be intriguing. I know a lot of people are hoping for the Patriots to win just so they can see that, but I don't care about that. The whole Deflategate thing. I just don't want to see them win. But I started thinking about this. I started thinking, why is it that 99% of the nation out there is rooting, like myself, is rooting against the Patriots? And I don't know if you guys, I see a lot of you guys picking the Patriots to win, but I don't necessarily think you guys are necessarily wanting them to win. I'm hoping the Falcons can pull it out, you know, mostly because I'm anti-Patriots, but on the other side, they do have Dan Quinn, our former coach, so if a coach is going to win, I wouldn't feel too bad seeing him, you know, on the victorious side of things. So I started thinking about this, and why is it that me and so many people can't stand the Patriots? You know, people say it's because they cheat, that Brady's that he's a cheater because of Deflategate and their history of doing that. And I think there's a simpler explanation to it. And it's simply that they're just so damn good. Okay. You know, and I mean, the record speaks for themselves. I mean, you go over a decade, almost 15 years, and they haven't won it every year. They've definitely had some stretches where they didn't win it, but man, they've always been in the conversation, in the stretch, in the mode where they rarely don't make the playoffs, and when they do, they just like the year before, they were practically one play away from being in the Super Bowl last year. So, I think the reality is as much as we want to find different reasons to hate on the Patriots, the reality is they are just really good. And when a team wins all the time, you just get sick of seeing them always in the winner's circle, always being in that position. And even if they haven't done anything necessarily wrong per se, though they've had some shady practices for sure, it's just, we get jealous, we get envious about the fact that they're always in the conversation, always in the mix to being, the winners. And, what can you say? If the Patriots manage to win this game, it's going to be hard to not crown Belichick as the greatest football coach in the NFL, in NFL history, at least to this point. And Tom Brady as quarterback, because as much as I don't even like to say it, it's hard to deny the fact that, they're that good, and their record speaks for themselves. So, we'll see what happens on Sunday, but I guess that for all those reasons, I'm hoping, that it doesn't go to that, that the Falcons can find a way to outsmart, outplay, and outscore the Patriots. But I think it's going to be really tough. That experience that the Patriots has is really going to be tough for them, because Patriots are really good at overcoming adversity and making adjustments throughout the course of the game. So anyway, so we'll see what happens. So I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys, what your questions are, who you guys are rooting for, and all that kind of stuff. So let's take a peek here at some of the comments here that are coming in here. Michael Lopez, we need offensive line help. I see people coming in here. How many Seahawks fans we got watching this? I assume a lot of you guys are Seahawks fans. Avery Quan wants to know if I watch any more basketball. Sorry, NBA is dead to me right now until they come back to our city. Alex Lamb is a Falcons fan. Michael Lopez says Seahawks going to Super Bowl 52. I would love to see that for sure. Nelson GM says the Falcons should not let the moment overwhelm them, and that's really it. That's the thing, is that's where the experience comes in. That big stage where the Super Bowl, the hype, the energy, the adrenaline, everything is so over the top that sometimes that inexperience can cause a team to play beyond their positions, to do too much, try to do too much, when what they need to do is just focus on doing their job. And it's usually when you get too excited, a guy tries to make too much of a play, instead of staying in his gap, for example, he over pursues, tries to make the tackle, and instead he ends up leaving a hole where a running back cuts back and has a wide open lane because he didn't stay in his position, things like that. So you just got to not let the moment, like I said, overwhelm you. So see if they can do that. And it's weird, It's weird to be rooting for the Falcons, because it's not like the Falcons are my favorite team, nor do I am happy about the fact that we've lost to them twice now in divisional playoffs games in the last 4 years. So not thrilled about that, but it's I have less reasons to not want to see them win. You know what I mean? So let's see what else you guys seeing in here. Jorge Ruiz Chavez, what's happening? Evan P says he's predicting a 35-31 Falcons win. I said 31-28 by field goal, so we'll see how close it'll be. Anthony D, did I get your email? Yeah, I just did see that video of you singing the national anthem with your choir. Nice job, man. That was good. Well done. Amanda Marsh, Countryman, high or low scoring game? I just said my guess, 31-28, which I consider that pretty high scoring. Anytime a team gets into the 30s, but that's low scoring for the Falcons. You know, they've been averaging 30 plus points this season, so that would be the Patriots defense keeping the Falcons from it being a explosive high scoring game, which is what the Patriots, I'm sure, are going to want to try to do. Kylo Studios, welcome back. Good to see you again. Predicting a 20-10 low scoring Falcons over the Patriots game. That would be very low. I can't see that happening. I just think both those quarterbacks are too good to keep the game under 20 or less points. What else we got? And we were talking Super Bowl. I see we got a lot of Seahawks questions in here. Somebody was saying we need to get rid of Curse. Miami fans saying trades. What trade do you think the Seahawks should make? Trading is always a tough one, but I said before my theory is, especially on the offensive line, I think maybe via trade that we need to get a veteran offensive tackle on the left side, and then we move George Fant to maybe to right guard, and we put Jermaine Fetty to right tackle, and then we keep the rest in there. I feel pretty good about the Glowinski and Justin Britt situation. But anyway, that's my feeling. I was watching some of those highlights, rewatching the Atlanta Falcons game because I guess I was feeling in a masochistic mood. But I was watching some of those plays, and man, there were some plays where our tackles got just owned. You know, just like the defender made one little move like this coming inside, and then our tackle's like, oh, and wide open door, and Rawls is buried for a 2-3 yard loss. That happened at least twice on the same series. It's the tackles, man. The tackles are just, it's painful to watch sometimes. So the tackle positions definitely need to be adjusted. Evan P. says he's meeting Luke Wilson this week. How cool is that? Fire Killer, Falcons 44-21. Whoa, there's some confidence right there. That's Julio Jones going off in that situation. Okay. Kylo Studios knows Max Unger in person. Because that's right. Max Unger I think he still makes his home in Hawaii, does he not? So it's very cool. Very cool. Doesn't Michael Bennett? I think Michael Bennett makes a lot of visits down to Hawaii as well. Jorge Ruiz Chavez, Julio Jones exposed Richard Sherman. I don't know about that. It wasn't like he had a horrible game. We really had a lot of guys who had bad games. I wouldn't say Richard Sherman was the number one on that list. We had safeties, Carroll making bad angles on tackles. We had guys coming out of the backfield. Jeremy Lane getting beat. Jeremy Lane's had a tough season. I can't deny that. I wouldn't say Richard Sherman, really had a bad season. Sherman's fine, and we'll see about his knee problem. That we're still waiting to find out whether the Seahawks are going to be giving up a second or third round draft pick because of the whole Richard Sherman knee injury non-disclosure issue that Pete Carroll had slipped through his between his teeth, between his lips about not revealing an injury that Sherman had. We'll see how that all plays out. So, see what happens. Who else we got in here? Jorge Ruiz Chavez. Jeremy Lane broke his wrist in Super Bowl 49. That's why you lost. I agree. There's other reasons if you want to bring up Super Bowl 49 about why we lost. Jeremy Lane getting the pick and then breaking his arm right afterwards was definitely a crushing blow. But you also had Richard Sherman playing hurt. Cam Chancellor was playing hurt. I don't think Earl Thomas was even 100%. It was despite all the fact that we were suffered some setbacks in that game. Still comes down to we were at the 1 yard line. Ugh. Don't even get me started on that. Don't get me started on that. Caleb Chris keeps posting the same comments. I better address it. Hey Norb, I just bought a Seahawks Super Bowl 48 ring, and I was wondering if you have a Super Bowl ring or trophy or jersey. That's cool. I do not have a ring yet, or a trophy, or I guess, I don't know if you mean my Super Bowl jersey. I just have a jersey, so that's pretty cool. I've seen a lot of guys who got the mock Lombardi trophy as well as the mock ring, and that's pretty cool. So nice, man. Anthony D, I'm getting better with my songwriting now. I'm making my 3rd song, my 1st single. Wish me luck. All right, man, good luck. I know it's for a good cause, about suicide prevention and all that, so very cool. Keep working on it, just focus on the craft, get the songs done. It's all about the music, baby. Jack Hammers wants to know, I guess you're asking me, do I have a Seahawks tattoo? I have no tattoos. I am a no tattoo kind of guy. Sorry to say. I know a lot of people do, and I admire and respect the heck out of anybody who goes to the extreme length of getting tattoos of their team on their bodies. I think that's really cool. The reason I won't do it is because I just don't trust myself to get a tattoo. Because the thing about it is, I've had certain hairstyles, I've had certain clothing styles that I look back on and go, man, what was I thinking? And then you kind of laugh when you see pictures of it and stuff like that, and you think, if I could make a fashion decision like that and later on look at myself and laugh at the fact I made that choice, why would I trust myself to get a tattoo that's permanently on my body of something that is impossible, if not very difficult to remove, on something that I could easily look back on and go, I thought it was cool at the time, and then big time, regret having made a decision like that. So nope, not into it. So at least at this point in my life, I have no desire to ink myself. And the same thing is, when it comes to what really gets me though, even more than tattoos, are the guys who get those big old, what do you call those things? The little the earring things, but they're inside the earlobe, so the earlobe gets stretched out to like that. I don't get those guys, man, because you stretch your ear out open like that, that thing is, your earlobe is no longer the same. It's got that stretched out whole gap hanging open. I don't think there's any undoing that unless you get some plastic surgery or something like that, and that's just crazy to me. Again, because someday that trend might go away, and suddenly the big old hoops dish in your ear trend might just not be cool anymore. And when that happens, it's like, now what I gotta do? I got 2 floppy Dumbo ears hanging in here with big holes in them, and it's not cool to stick stuff in there. So I just don't get it. That and people who tattoo their face up where their whole face is, inked up. That's crazy. That's just crazy. Anyway, hey, we got Russell Wilson on here. Please fix our O-line, he says. Yes, I told you I have. That's my. I gave you my recipe for fixing the O-line. Not a major overhaul, just a tweak here. Free agent pickup, left tackle. I'm telling you, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. Quentin D. Falcons will win Super Bowl 51. All right, simple, straight up, confident. Pongbot. I remember Pongbot. What's up? On the 1 yard line, Lady Gaga knocks down a Brady pass, and the Falcons go on to win Super Bowl 26-23. Yeah, I like to see how Lady Gaga runs out in the field, knocks it down. That'd be pretty hilarious. That would go viral. That's for sure. I hope Pete isn't serious about sticking with the O-line. It says RS, I can't pronounce it, RS Sappy or something like that. Well, the thing is, you can't, people just say, oh, we need a new offensive line and just want to blow the whole thing up. But you want to fix what's broken, but you don't want to break what's actually working okay. And for one, Justin Britt center has been doing a good job. He's probably been the one spot that's been solid all year long. And then the second to that is Glowinski at left guard. Those are the two guys who I think have been really solid all year. And the rest of them are kind of like rookies and, you know, guys you're not sure about, the whole Gilliam Sowell thing at right tackle. So that's why you can't blow the whole thing up, because if you start from scratch, which what feels like we've been doing every single season, we get seasons like we have where it takes forever for them to gel and come together. So I think you want to have a little bit of consistency, even if it's not, you know, the entire line. I think you want to have a little bit of consistency to kind of carry over from one year to the next. And these guys, some of these guys will get better, you know. And you just hope that your number one draft pick like Fetty will be better next year. Same thing with Fant. Guy was playing basketball, you know. Basketball player left playing your most important line position, you know. So let's see, where are we here? Gamer for Life 95. Hey Norb, do you think the Seahawks and the Cowboys will go to the Super Bowl next year? Who knows? All I know is I'm hoping the Seahawks will, of course. Cowboys, yeah, we'll see if this was a fluky start or something that they're building upon. Obviously, they got the quarterbacks. Dak Prescott's pretty good, and Zeke is pretty good running back, and that offensive line, they got the backbone solid. So I assume those guys will just continue to get better. And who knows? Maybe we will meet in the NFC Championship next year. Maybe we'll meet in the NFC Championship. It could be at our house next year. How about that? Should we sign Andrew Whitworth or trade for Joe Thomas? Kind of like that Joe Thomas thing. I kind of wish we'd gotten Joe Thomas earlier this year. It could have changed the dynamics if we could put him at left tackle 3 months ago. But I'm kind of a Joe Thomas push myself. Jorge Ruiz Chavez. Norb, what happened to the Kingdome where the Seahawks used to play? And they blew the thing up and they put CenturyLink Field on top of it. That's what happened to it. I was actually there when they blew it up on the hill in Rizal Park, where it overlooks the downtown, and videotaped the implosion. It's pretty cool. Big old dust bowl. Kailua Studios, who's doing the halftime show? You don't know? Lady Gaga, baby. Something I heard that she's going to be doing it on the roof. I don't know if that's true. That was one of the rumors I heard, is that she's going to be doing the Super Bowl halftime show from the roof. I don't know what that means. Literally on top of the roof or on the stage near the roof. I don't know how that would work. Not much of a view for the crowd. They're like inside. Where'd you go? Cryptic Parrot 77. Pats need to lose. Anthony D says, Quentin D is my twin brother. Oh, okay. Now I get the connection. Swamp Thing, 38-21 Falcons. Jalen Edwards, New England Patriots 34, Atlanta Falcons 10. Caleb Chris, hey Norb, do you have anything signed by a Seahawk? Yes, I do. I got my flag signed by it, but it's over in the museum in an exhibit downtown Seattle right now. Got a jersey with some signatures on it. I'm not a big autograph guy. I think I said that before. I'm not a big, like if I see a player or somebody by chance in a public place, my first instinct is not even to really even bother them at all. I just don't like to do it. But if I do, I'll usually, if anything, just try to grab a selfie or something with them, But yeah, I don't generally like to interrupt unbother those guys, whoever it is, just because I feel like, when I went to Canton, Ohio, back in August, I ran into what was his name? Just slipped my mind. Former quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles, Donovan McNabb, and he was just coming out of a little, at the airport, a little coffee shop type thing, and I saw him over there. I recognized him right away, and he had his big gold beats on and stuff, and I was like, should I bother him? But the way the story was affected by what happened earlier. On the way to this is on my way home. On the way to Canton, I was actually at the airport and I saw Dick Vermeil. He was talking to Chucky, talking to why is my mind blanking on these things? John Gruden. and they're all there for the Hall of Fame game. And so I wanted to go take a picture and talk to him real quick, but he was talking to somebody else, and I was being polite, and I was waiting, and finally he finishes the conversation. He goes to Dick, "All right, Dick, I'll see you," and he heads on his way. I totally missed my chance, and after that I was like, man, I need to be more like, there's this guy named Sam Dog who goes to all the games. You've probably seen him on some of my videos. Sam Dog is like ruthless. He doesn't care who's talking to anybody. He just come right in. Hey, what's going on? Totally blows into the your personal space, stopping nothing to get the comment, the question, to engage in the person. I said, I need to be more like Sam Dog and do like that. So fast forward to the end of the trip. So I'm in the airport again. And I see Donovan McNabb, and I'm going, okay, I'm not gonna miss out on my opportunity this time. I'm gonna go up to him, and I'm gonna go get the picture, go chat with him. So I went to him. He's on his headphones. And I said, excuse me, Mr. McNabb, can I? It's all right. Can I get a picture with you? And I could tell he was not thrilled about it. He's kind of like looking at his watch. He's like, all right, let's do this quick, And I got the picture and stuff. But afterwards, I felt like, I don't know, maybe it wasn't worth it, because that's what I don't want to have happen. I don't want them to feel like not another one of these losers bothering me again. That's kind of what it felt like. So anyway, that's kind of just, That's why in general I don't usually go up and bother them with autographs and stuff like that. Just not my thing. Just not my thing. All right, let's go back to the comments here. Sean One Dad, what's happening? J-Dog, hey, Norb, big fan here. Thank you, J-Dog, appreciate that. Jack Hammers, I'm in the 8th grade, and can I not start a game until NFL now? Not quite sure what you mean by that. In 8th grade, can I not start a game until NFL now? I'm not sure if I understand your question. Unless you're talking about the new guideline now going through youth football, where they're saying they want to take tackling and kickoffs out of youth football, and radical changes happening, all to protect players' health. Football, as we know it, the game is changing like crazy. Let me go down to the bottom here, catch up a little bit. J-Dog, yes, thanks so much, Norb. This video gets a like. Thank you so much for the like. RSAPPI, favorite Filipino food? Mine's lumpia. I love lumpia. I also like adobo and pancit and arroz caldo and heck, I even like dinuguan. Dinuguan is okay too. Probably gross out the viewers if I talk about it here though. Lechon, list goes on. Filipino food's the best. Russell Wilson wants to know who's my favorite music artist. That would be Prince. Prince has always been a favorite of mine since the 80s. Had a huge influence on me getting into music, and even in my songwriting and my styles, and even on stage performing. So it took so much from watching that guy. So when he died, it was so sad, because I thought, man, that guy was, gone too soon. Gone too soon. But yeah, Prince was bad. Multi-talented, played keyboards, guitar, bass, drums. That was funky. One of the best Super Bowl performing artists, by the way, too. Where was that kid? Carlos Tears, Prince was a great singer. Yes, indeed. Caleb Chris wants to know, what do I think about Curse? I like Curse because he's one of the few Seahawks I've actually had a chance to get on camera and talk with, and he actually did a shout out on NorbCam. I'm gonna put that on. I'm gonna make a new open for this video segment I'm doing, and I'm gonna put the players I've talked to on there saying a NorbCam shout out. But so he's a really cool local guy, does a lot of great charity work, and he's been clutch in so many situations over the years with some of the greatest catches in Seahawks history. But man, it's just been a rough year for him. Seemed like he's having a tough time getting separation, and he's gotten so many pass interference calls for those what do you call it, pick plays that have cost us many moments in games that could have turned what would have been a very positive gain into a negative 10-yard penalty and so forth. So I'd hate to see him go, but I also think that we need to see some of these other guys moving up. I want to see Paul Richardson, now that he's had one full season. I thought he did great. I want to see what he can do on a second full season back-to-back. And I think we need to get some more guys in there. We're not going to have Tyler Lockett for a while. So, a lot of room to add some competition in the mix, I think. What else we got here? Lots of comments here. On a scale of 1 to 10, says Josh Manning, how much do you not want the Pats to win? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do I not want the Pats to win? I'm trying to understand the scale in. Does that mean 10 means I want them to lose the most, or is it 1 I want them to lose? I guess whichever extreme it is. If it's 1 that I want them to lose, 1. If it's 10 that I want them to lose, 10. Whichever it is. Both sides, the opposite side of the scale. And like I said, for reasons I said earlier. Yeah, partly because I am salty about losing to them in Super Bowl 49. Just because we forked out a buttload of dough to go to that game. And I was there, second Super Bowl in a row. That was supposed to be our magical miracle season. That with Super Bowl 49 being the capper to one of the greatest seasons of all time. Would have been even greater than Super Bowl 48, I think, given what we had to go through to get to the playoffs that year. And then the curse catch right before that. Everything messed up because of that one play. Should have given it to beast mode. Oh well. So there you go. Yeah, I'm a little salty about that. But that's how it is. That's why I want them to lose every year. 'Cause I'm sick of them winning all the time. Russell Wilson said, favorite basketball player and team. Told you I'm not. The NBA is dead to me right now. Sorry. Who's better, Steve Largent or Doug Baldwin? Ooh, that's a really good question, Jorge Ruiz Chavez. Who is better? Well, I think I have to check the records book to see where Doug Baldwin stands. I know he broke the record last year, I believe, with his receptions and or touchdowns. And this year he tied Bobby Ingram for a receiving record. But given that Baldwin's not done yet, I think Baldwin has a chance to take his place if he can finish off his career. I think I'd like to see him finish off his career, stay a Seahawk. I know it's hard to do these days for a team to stay, a player to stay in one team now, especially in this era of free agency and all that, salary cap and everything. So I would love to see Baldwin stay as a Seahawk and finish his career here and break all the records and put him as the greatest receiver ever. I think that'd be awesome. J-Dog, Norb is the best. Thank you so much. Kyle Clark wants to know what I support a Seattle NHL team. I'm not a hockey guy, but I think to at least do my share. If they ever brought a hockey team here, I'd go watch a couple of games or something just to kind of see what it's all about. Never seen an NHL game in person. I have seen the Seattle Thunderbirds, seen a couple of games before. Yeah, I just never got bit by the hockey bug, so cannot say, but I do my part. Josh Manning clarified. 10 means you want them to lose, 1 means you want them to win. Okay, so then it's a 10. 10 for the Patriots to lose. Okay. What else we got here? Russell Wilson, Norb is a beast. Yeah, baby, beast mode. Michael Lopez, Seattle versus Falcons. NFC Championship game in Seattle next year. How does that sound, NorbCam? That sounds great to me. If we have the NFC Championship in Seattle, I don't care who we play, because there's a really, really darn good chance that we are going to win that game. Russell Wilson's 5-0, I believe, when it comes to postseason when he plays at home. We're now, I think, 2-3 when it's on the road. So those 2 wins would be, what are the 2 wins that we got? One in Minnesota and one in Washington, D.C. against the Redskins in 2012. And we've lost the other 3. That would be twice to Atlanta and once to the Carolina Panthers. I believe those are our 3 losses. So, yeah, I'll take a NFC Championship game at home any day. But we're going to be facing the Falcons next year regardless, as they are one of our regular schedule opponents. So we're going to definitely be seeing some more of Atlanta. They're not going anywhere away. So we'll either be facing them next year as the Super Bowl 51 losers or the Super Bowl 51 champs. Either way, it's going to be a revenge factor for sure. I'm going to be looking forward to that game, darn sure. Gabriel Ayubi, notice me. All right, there you go, man. Oh, this question cracks me up. I don't know how you guys ask it. Baxter Houghton wants to know, who's my second favorite team? I don't have a second favorite team. I got one team only. I don't have second favorites. I will root for teams when they will help my cause or when they will beat a team I don't like. That's pretty much it. I really don't have a second favorite team, so my brain doesn't work that way. Only one. There is only one. Robert Vandermeer, the Seahawks need to be a better red zone team. Word. Agreed. Life of Logan wants to know if I went to Super Bowl 40. I did not. I watched it here at my house. My first daughter was just a month old or 2 months old at the time. Had a little Super Bowl party, and I remember watching that very depressing, frustrating game. And yeah, talk about another bummer of a game. We could have 3 Super Bowls victories. Should have, you know. We really should have won both those other games. J-Dog says, I would shave my head before picking the Patriots. Maybe you should do a bet on it. Yeah, put your hair where your mouth is. Alright, what do we got here? Gamer for life, I guess you're out of here. Thanks for watching for a while you did. Speaking of, I gotta share with you, I'm kind of excited about this. This is in this off season, I got a lot of video plans, a lot of fun things planned in mind. But you know, we were just talking about Super Bowl 40. I don't know if you recall this, but I got this. This is a PlayStation 3 Madden 07 game, and you see this plastic wrap on it. Never played it. This is unopened. Never played the game, but I bought it because I had Sean Alexander on the cover. Then of course I bought this version, PlayStation 3 Madden 15 with Sherman on the cover. Never played it either. This did make an appearance in the Rivals Broncos video, or no, was it the Rivals Packers? Right, my first Rivals video, Rivals Packers video, had this one in it. And I just recently picked up this one. I just recently picked up yesterday. I went and picked up my copy of Madden 17 for Xbox One. And you gotta understand, guys, I do not play a whole lot of I don't play video games hardly at all. This is what happens when you have your own production business, raising 2 girls, and trying to do a YouTube channel. There's not a lot of spare time, okay? Not much spare time at all. But I bought this game because I want to try something new. I want to, as a new addition to my YouTube channel, and I'm going to start tomorrow if I can manage to pull this off. But my plan is I'm going to do a unboxing of this game, since I've never watched it before, never played it before, and I'm going to simulate the Super Bowl game tomorrow. My goal is to record this real time with my reaction, so I'm going to go NorbCam reaction video while playing the game. And I think what I'll do is I'll be the Patriots, because I know I'm going to suck at this, because I've never played before. So that way I can be the Patriots and I can suck being the Patriots in the Super Bowl and help them lose in my little simulated game. So look for this video tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna try to post it by tomorrow afternoon, end of the day or so. So watch for this video. This should be fun. And if this continues to go well, my goal is to continue making video reactions to more games like this. I'll probably, maybe recreate some of the games of the Seahawks past season, and maybe if I really start getting good at this, start challenging some of you guys out there to some online matches. Maybe we'll do some live versions or record some matches where we'll play it, and I'll post our our challenges and the results. So if you guys are interested, let me know, and once I figure out how to work this thing, and I know you can play online and do all that stuff, I will be looking to you guys to help me out with both tips as well as being an opponent. We'll get it on, you know what I'm saying? So Kyle Clark trade Gronk. Yeah, the dude had a punctured lung and a messed up back courtesy of Earl Thomas. And they still made the Super Bowl. Dang it. All right, where are we here? Football Life 01, do you root for the Seattle Sounders? Yeah, I was very happy when they won the championship. Or the, what do you call it? The MLS Cup. That was awesome. I don't understand the game. I don't follow them. I really don't know who's on the team, but I thought it was awesome that Seattle took it home. That was great. Aiden Petrosky. Ooh, we got a Patriots fan in the house. Aiden Petrosky. Let's go Pats, he says. Yeah, well, whatever. Russell Wilson said he was at Super Bowl 40. Complete BS. Yep. Holding Colin Locklear. Should have been a completion down to the 2-yard line to Jeremy Stevens. That would have led to a Sean Alexander touchdown. It would have put the game out of reach, and Seattle would have won that game, but no. Kyle Clark, do you think Christian Michael being traded right now before game to Green Bay has anything to do with the blowout? No. Christian Michael wasn't even really a factor in that game. It's ironic, though, that Christian Michael ended up being the leading rusher for the team. But I'm not disappointed that he was let go, to be honest with you. I still, I still would have wanted to have seen those guys who they did end up bringing up, Rawls and Collins and Procise. It was just the injury thing. The injury bug messed everything up. Stefan S., what's up? Jorge Ruiz Chavez, Super Bowl 52 calling it now. Seahawks versus Raiders. Or the Chiefs. I wanted Seahawks versus Raiders bad. That would have been awesome, man. David Arney, what's up? Paul Hanna, thank you for watching. Shout out to you, brother. Rasapi, I'm just gonna call you Rasapi. I don't know how you pronounce your username. Should the Seahawks consider trading Graham? What I imagine what would be hasn't happened. Well, that's one of the big questions that comes up a lot, and I think you guys underestimate what Jimmy Graham was able to bring to the table here, because he was actually still a very productive receiver, given that his role really wasn't as big as I think what everybody hoped it to be. But he's still a factor, and I think it will continue to develop. And as our offensive line gets better, the passing game is going to get better. Everything's going to get better when the offensive line is just that much better. Right now, or near the end of the season, Graham had to go help with blocking and stuff, and just it became such an issue that affected the rest of the passing game. So I'm hanging on to that one. I don't think he's going anywhere. Paul Hanna, did I shout you out? I think I did. Yeah, what's up? Do you have Madden 17? I think I just answered that one. Catching up here, guys. J-Dog, Norb, would you rather eat moldy cheese or drink spoiled milk? Okay, now we're starting to get into some ridiculous questions here, but how about pass on neither, because both of them would make me throw up. Brendan Eckrich, simulated. That's what I'm going to do if you're talking about the Super Bowl. I don't know if I can just create the Super Bowl here. I don't know if I can just pull up exhibition game Super Bowl. I don't know if that's possible. I'm going to at least try to set up where I can just at least play Patriots versus Falcons, but I don't know if I can just make the Super Bowl happen. Maybe you guys have an answer to that. I don't know. Again, I haven't played this yet, so. Easy. Yo, Norb, I saw you at the Rams game this season. You going back to LA for it again next year? Yeah, I think I will. I got a lot of friends down in LA. LA is a hop, skip, and a jump from here, and there's so much fun stuff to do down there. I probably will go back to LA and catch the game there. So yeah, that would be fun. Charlie Bridenstine, my dog died and you cheered me up. Oh, for real? Sorry to hear that. If you're, yeah, that sucks. I'm glad I can bring a little bit of happiness to your night. That's horrible. Andrew Paul says, yes, I can. I guess I can simulate the Super Bowl. Is that what you're saying? You can have the computer play each other and you can watch. Oh, cool. I want to play, though. I want to suck as Brady and throw a bunch of interceptions and get sacked a whole bunch of times. You know, stuff that you don't normally see. I want to make it happen. Cameron Lars, what's up? Anthony Torres, do you think Edelman is an elite receiver? I gotta say this about the New England Patriots receiving core. I don't know how to say this without sounding racist or something, but man, how does New England have like the whitest receiving core? They're like the white midget receiving core of the group out there. All these, you know, well, Hogan's a bigger guy, but yeah, Edelman, Amendola, and these guys, and they're like the only team that's got a crew like that, and yet they tear it up. These guys are freaking bad, and no other team would be able to put these guys together and make it work like those guys do, like Belichick and Brady do. It's frustrating as all get out, but got to give them props, man, because they make it work. Seriously, it's frustrating as hell. Jordan Jenkins says he's a past fan and he loves my videos. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm just glad you're not typing in 2824 forever. Copy, Control-C, paste over and over again. Alicia Willoughby says she wants a shout out for her brother Liam. All right, Liam. There you go. Shout out to you, brother. Evan P. Norm, next year I'm buying Seahawks tickets, but I'm giving them to my friend's very hurt cousin so he can experience the atmosphere. He is a huge fan of mine. Hope to see you there. All right, that's cool. That's very generous of you. Except Gronk, he ain't a midget. Well, that's a bad word to use, say. That's very not PC of me, so I apologize for that. But yeah, Gronk's not a receiver. He's a tight end. You know what I'm saying? Gooby Hooby. Norb, all the latest Madden games have the Super Bowl exhibition game. Just look up how to set it up. Oh, okay, cool. Football Life 01. You're one of my favorite YouTubers, man. I love how much you like the Seahawks. Like you're the realest fan I've seen. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. You know, I have to say this. It is hard. It has been hard to be a Seahawks fan all these years. Okay, you know, aside from those of you who just started becoming fans since 2012. I mean, it's hard to watch them struggle now, and that's when they're a good team going to the playoffs and stuff. But man, I watched them back in the early '80s through the '90s when. I mean, we expected to lose. I mean, you're just going in hoping for some entertainment. You know, some fake field goals by Efren Herrera and some nice passes from Zorn to Largent and stuff. But you pretty much knew you were going to lose every week. And but man, they were so much fun. That place was always rocking, even though when we weren't losing. They were always a fun team to watch. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it must be. You know, I said the Patriots fans. Are pretty arrogant. You know, that whole kind of culture, the Patriots fans are arrogant. And you know, I guess when you win that much, I guess you can have a reason to be. But it must just be easy to be a Patriots fan. You know what I'm saying? Because you just, things come so easy for you. Like there's no stress. And when you're a Seahawks fan, man, you gotta come prepared with your Rolaids, man, because it's always stressful. It's always never sure what's going to happen. Even when you think something should happen, it doesn't matter if you're on the 1 yard line. I mean, I see the Patriots line up the 1 yard line. You know they're going to get it in, except when they play the Seahawks in their house in 2016. But aside from that play, you know, it's like watching them in the AFC Championship game where they had the ball at the 1 yard line. I knew they were getting in. You know, and if for some reason for us, it's like when we get to the 1 yard line, I'm like, oh man, how are we going to get this thing in? 1 yard feels like 10 yards this year anyway, when the Seahawks had the ball at the 1. And that was very different when we had Sean Alexander and the 2005 squad. When Sean Alexander, man, when he was inside the 5 yard line, that guy was money. It's like as soon as you gave him the ball, he was as good as gold. He had a nose for the goal line, you know. But anyway, yeah, being a Patriots fan, try being a Seahawks fan for a little while, and you know, you see what a real struggle is, at least from before. Bay Area Sports Talk. Hey, what's up, man? You going to the Super Bowl this year? Can you please subscribe to my channel? I will subscribe to your channel. I'm not going to the Super Bowl this year. The way those tickets costed, man, even if we were going, I'd have to wonder if I'm going to be able to afford to go. I do want to go the next time, so hopefully we get another chance. I'm hoping our window's still open. I believe that it is, and then we'll be back there again. Bad Wolf HD TV, what's up? Kailoa Studios. This is interesting, Kailoa Studios. I was dating this girl, and her mom died. Then her dad forced her to break up with me. What should I do? Whoa, that's heavy. Man, I didn't think I'd be giving dating advice on this broadcast, but here goes. Well, I don't know the situation. Probably easier if I was actually talking to you about it, but I assume that your relationship had nothing to do with her mom passing away, so I'm not sure why her dad would force you to break up with the girl because the mom passed away. That seems unfair to you, because what did you have to do with it, and why would suddenly her have to stop dating you all of a sudden? Was it related to that event? Was there something that happened during that time which resulted in decaying of the situation that you had with the dad? But I don't know. I guess it depends on how does the girl still feel about you. You guys still feel it with each other? I mean, that's what really counts the most, is what she feels and what you feel, right? So, and I don't know how old you are. I don't know how old the girl is. At some point, you guys can make up your own mind, regardless of what your parents think. I wonder how I'd feel about somebody telling a guy out feeling that way if it was my daughter involved. Yeah, I don't even want to listen to my own advice at this point. However, it's true though. You guys at some point will be making up your own minds, so it's your lives to live, so you got to do what's right for the two of you. All right? SPR DVX, that 92 Seahawks team was terrible, but they had some fun players to watch, like Chris Warren and Cortez Kennedy. Absolutely, Cortez Kennedy was a beast. We had one of the most dominant defenses of all time. It's just unfortunate we had one of the worst offenses to go with it, so we couldn't score points. But man, we dominated for sure, and Cortez Kennedy ended up going to the Hall of Fame. Got to watch him. Saw his bust in person in Canton, and then I saw him when he gave his speech at CenturyLink Field when he got into the Hall of Fame. It's really cool. What else we got here? Kailoa student, her dad's a psycho. Well, then that's a problem. So I guess it's just a matter of trying to work it out with her, so you can make your relationship work out. Bay Area, can you subscribe to my channel right now? Like right this second? I'll see if I can make that happen. I might have to do it after I get done broadcasting. Jorge Ruiz Chavez, I have a crush on... What is this? This is like the Dear Norb relationship advice line. Jorge Ruiz Chavez, I have a crush on one girl in my science class, and I think I have a good personality and sense of humor. Should I ask her out? Well, hopefully you're not the only one who thinks you have a good personality and sense of humor, okay? Because I might think I'm the greatest guy in the world, but if nobody else thinks so, well, then it only goes as far as that is concerned. However, if that's the case, you do have personality, good sense of humor, it should be no problem asking her out. In fact, you should ask her out in kind of a fun way. That way it's not a big pressured thing like, I was wondering if like you'd like to like go to a movie or something sometime. if that's okay or not. Just go up, have fun, man. Say, hey, let's go to a movie. What are you doing next Saturday? Let's go. We'll have a good time, baby. Anyway, hope that helps. Just be yourself, man. Have fun. The more fun you are, the more fun she'll see you and want to hang out with you. Let's see. I hope Fabus Garcia, I hope Shanahan gets us back in the map. Oh, we got a 49ers fan in the house. I take it. Maybe not overnight. We'll see. But, man, that decision to get John Lynch as your guys' GM for what, locked up for 6 years? The dude hasn't even done anything like that. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting play. Interesting play. We'll definitely be watching to see what happens in the 49ers world. But Shanahan's a good offensive coach, so, we'll see what happens. Alex Lamb, this is getting weird as F, Norb. I should start a new channel. Norb's Dating Advice. NorbCam. Love by NorbCam. Cockclock, no more Kaepernick. I heard that. Kaepernick said he's going to opt out of his contract. It's kind of I saw that and I was kind of saddened, actually, because Kaepernick was kind of what was left of that rival team from just 3 years ago, but, of the last remnant of a Harbaugh, Kaepernick, what was supposed to be a years and years of rivalry that just disappeared in two. And now he's going to be leaving, so it'll be interesting to see where he ends up. But yeah, I mean, it's like 49ers, they're getting a whole facelift, which is, if you guys remember my free agency video, my little Justin Bieber free agency parody video, I ended it by saying about the 49ers, what you really, really need is a brand new team. And it looks like that's what they did. They blew the whole thing up. Fire the coach, fire the GM, everybody. Quarterback's gone. That's probably the best thing they can do because, it was like a train wreck dumpster fire. So, who knows? Maybe that team's going to bounce back. I'd say at least a year or two before they get their feet underneath them. But meantime, I don't know. I feel like NFC West is going to be ours for the next couple of years because, I don't think Goff is the answer with the Rams, even though those guys did get us in the opening of the game. We did take care of them in our house. But I don't think the Rams got the solution at quarterback. 49ers are on the mend, and the Cardinals, I feel like their window's closing. So Seattle is a chance to stake their claim and hang on to and dominate the NFC West for at least a couple more seasons. This is what I think they need to do. Give their chance a good chance of getting a home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Let's see. Life of Logan. I just recently joined the stream, so I'm sure you answered this already, but who are you choosing in Super Bowl 51 score and MVP? 31-28 Falcons, I hope. And MVP, I hadn't really chosen MVP. Probably Julio Jones or Matt Ryan is an easy, convenient answer, but it's hard to debate that. I think those guys, one of those two needs to go off in order for them to win. So I think it kind of goes hand in hand. One of those two guys got to be the MVP, and then they will win the game. Cameron Lars, can you give me advice for becoming a successful YouTube channel? Well, I'm still trying to figure that out myself. I mean, I think it's amazing how I went from in 2013 when I started doing videos and then on camera videos like I'm doing now to where it is now. I never saw that coming, but I'm still learning. There's no exact science, but I do know that, and one of the things I'm trying to be better at is posting regular videos on a scheduled time, which I'm planning to start doing over the off season, just so that people can know exactly what day and what time to expect a video coming out from me. So I'm trying to structure the schedule a little bit more so that you guys can not have to wonder when I'm coming back on. You can guys kind of count on it like The Walking Dead on a Sunday night or something. So so that's one of the keys, posting regularly and making things interesting and being yourself. You can't be somebody else. You got to be yourself and about something that you like. You know what I'm saying? The Irish potato. The Irish potato. Just like they beat the Hawks. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we got. Kyle Jansen, sick of the Pats. Go Falcons. Yeah. Anthony Torres. Do I think Brady is the GOAT? If he wins, it's kind of hard to debate that he's not, because he will have been the best, having won the most Super Bowl rings. I think Super Bowl 49, if I go back to that, if we had won that game, if we punched it in from the 1 yard line, at that point, Brady would have had 3 rings and Russell Wilson would have had 2. That's like 2 years ago. That's how close that would have changed the whole game, the whole scheme of the universe of football. Brady 3, Wilson 2. Wilson in his 3rd year, Brady on his, whatever it was, 12th or 13th season. Instead, became 4-1. 1 yard. Crazy. Alex Lamb, do I have Instagram? Yes, I do. I have Instagram. It's also at NorbCam, so you can find me on Instagram, baby. As well as my Twitter handle is at NorbCam as well. Bad Wolf HD TV says, Norb, it's funny how the Seahawks beat the 2 teams that are in the Super Bowl at least once. That is true. In fact, we are the only team that beat the Patriots this year when Brady was quarterback. They only lost 2 games. One of them was when Brady was on his suspension, and the other time was playing us in Foxborough, no less. That's why it would have been such a cool rematch if we could have played them in the Super Bowl. We would have played the Packers at home, or a rematch of the Miracle NFC Championship game at home. If we'd won that, then gone to the Super Bowl, rematch with the Patriots, who we beat earlier in the year, rematch to get even with Super Bowl 49. Would have been awesome storylines, drama everywhere. But no. What we got here? Anthony Torres says, do you want a Tebow return? I've got a friend of mine named Kurt. He would love to see Tebow get back in the NFL, but I think that ship has sailed, sadly. Jorge says, what if Richard Sherman went to the Falcons and Julio Jones went to the Seahawks? Whoa. That's a tough one. But I wouldn't say it wouldn't come with some things you got to get excited about from a receiving standpoint. But lose Sherman too, though. Ugh. We can get more receivers, but Sherman's pretty badass too. Grant Carter, what's up? There's your name out loud. Angry Villagers, do I like the Saints at all? Saints I'm okay with. I like Drew Brees. I've never had a problem with Drew Brees. I think he's cool. Russell Wilson looks up to him. And I was happy when they won the Super Bowl. So, I'm okay. I'm okay with the Saints. Again, they're not going to be on my favorite team list, but I'm okay with the Saints. What do you think about Mike Vick looking... Easy wants to know what I think about Mike Vick looking back at his career. That's right, because he's retiring. Michael Vick hanging it up. That's an interesting one. Mike Vick, again, when you look back at his career when he was at the top of his game, he was a stud. He was unstoppable. The guy could run like nobody's business. And I remember we had to play him. I remember it was just like, you just dreaded the moment he decided to take off. But yeah, he was really good. And then you got thrown that chapter of the whole dogfighting thing, and it's just like, to think what he could have accomplished if he didn't have that, hiccup in his career to have gone down that path of doing that. And I remember when he got convicted of that, everybody thought he was done. He'd never come back to the NFL. No team would want him. It's amazing over time. Eventually, he got his second chance. Philadelphia gave him a shot. He had a few more years left in him, and then he wasn't the same guy anymore. He wasn't as fast and elusive, and he was injury prone, and so it was never quite the same Vic that we gotten to know. But he definitely was. He had his time. He definitely had his time when he was one of the rare, amazing players out there. It's just marred by that chapter in history. Evan P. wants to know, why were the Seahawks in the AFC West before? And in reality, when the Seahawks first came into existence, they were in the NFC. Went to the AFC for all those years, and then came back to the NFC in 2002. I really don't know how that... I know that I don't remember why they switched in the beginning, and how the whole conference thing changed up. I know they were realigning all the teams because of the number of teams we had. Because they used to have, I remember the AFC West was jam-packed with, what was it, 5 teams or whatever. It was Seahawks, Raiders, Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos. Is that it? So 5 teams? 4 teams so much smaller than 5. At the time, it seemed like there was just tons of teams, and we could get whooped by all of them. But, yeah, I miss the AFC West teams, West AFC days. That's why I would have loved to have seen the Raiders Seahawks Super Bowl. That would have been so cool, just for the whole nostalgia of meaningful games between the Seahawks and the Raiders. Paul Hanna says, "Hey Norb, we are going to be getting that ring next year. Just you watch." All right, man. I will watch for sure. Let's see what else we get. Anthony Torres wants to know, who'd you rather build a team around, Von Miller or Mack, and not the center? Oh, probably. I see what you're talking about, Khalil Mack. You know, that guy. Von Miller's bad, man. I'd probably say Von Miller if I was to be in that scenario you're just describing. Angry Villagers, do you like or hate Cam Newton? I hate him. Yeah, I'm not a fan of his antics. There's nothing I despise more than Cam Newton when he's in the ultra cocky mode, when he's in the picture taking, dabbing, dancing, all that stuff. I like the humbled Cam. I like seeing that version. That one's okay. The one that doesn't wear a tie, Cam, you know. But he's a good player. Again, it's easy to hate on players that are good, but it's the attitude that goes with it. So, but I do think he got some. I think he got a lot of cheap shots with the whole lot of calls that didn't go his way, roughness and headshots that they should have called on the defense on for hitting him. Got to be fair about that. All right, I got a couple more minutes left, and I got to wrap this up. Why doesn't the NFL schedule Seahawks to play in London? Good question. I'm not sure if it's a voluntary thing and they just don't elect to, or I think teams have the option to opt in on that, and Seattle just hasn't. Clearly, for Seattle, flying to London is a lot farther than a few other teams on the East Coast. But I don't know if that's it, but I don't know. The London thing, I would not want the Seahawks to play in London, especially if it meant being the home team, because that means that's one less home game that I'd get. So, selfishly, I want every game at home as much as possible. So, that's why I'm not crazy about that. Where is the Super Bowl next season? Isn't it in Minnesota? In that new stadium of theirs? I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be wrong. I thought that it's going to be that new stadium. Was Gabriel Ayubi, was Cam Newton a one-year wonder? Nah, he was. He'll be around. He's good, but he needs the pieces around him. One quarterback by himself can't do it, and he's not. He's athletic, but he's not the best ever. So, but he's good. Bay Area Sports Talk wants to know, how long were the lines to get into MetLife at the Super Bowl? The lines actually at the stadium weren't too bad. Where the worst part was is when getting on the train, we had to get from Manhattan. We had to take a train to Secaucus, which is like the transition point to get on the train that takes us to MetLife. And the junction point going from this train to the next train, we all had to go through this really small tunnel. And we had thousands of people jammed in this tight little space with no ventilation or nothing. It was like walking into a sauna. And if you go to my Super Bowl 48 video, you'll see clips of that. But it was crazy because we were all dressed up in our winter gear and all that. And then going to that environment, there were people passing out. I mean, it was crazy. And so that's where it got really messy. We eventually got through it, and then once we got to the stadium, it was actually not bad at all. There were lines, but nothing compared to what we had to go through when we had to go through that Secaucus train transfer. That was nuts. Where are we at here? Let's go down the road here a little bit. Your comment, Anthony D, I'll have to look at that. I saw something about it, but I didn't get a good look. Something about the title or something about the album, so I'll take a look at that shortly. Michael Lopez wants to see the Chrysostom impersonation. All right, I guess I got to do one for the road before I go.
What's up, folks? What do you want? Want to get a look at this pretty face? That's right. NorbCam, Chrysostom are going to go at it. Madden 17 style. Right here. I'm going to kick your butt. Someday when I play one of you, you're going down. You're going down, baby. You're down. Just like he went down. Punctured lung. Broken back. Went down. Courtesy of Earl Thomas. But then he went down. It's all going down. Bye-bye. I gotta go.
Anyway. All right, so back to business here before I wrap up. Vanilla Ice or MC Hammer? Oh, I gotta take the hammer, man. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. Vanilla Ice was pretty funny though. LA Olympics 2024. Would I go? Huh. Maybe. Depends on how much it costs. Olympics is kind of a big thing. There's so many events and all that stuff, and yet I feel like if I actually were to go, I would have like a really crappy seat at all of these things. So I'd have to be very selective on what I'd watch, what event, because not everything at the Olympics is fascinating to me. You know, I like gymnastics, like volleyball, I like certain track and field events, things like that. Benoit Pyro, can Seattle host a Super Bowl sometime in the future? I think technically they could. The problem is NFL would never want to have it here, because if the Super Bowl were happening this weekend in Seattle, they would be getting 35 degrees, freezing rain, windy. It wouldn't be good for business for guests, you know. And which is, I think, why the Super Bowl in New York that we won was so affordable at the time, because people were scared of the snow. They didn't want to be in the cold. So that wasn't good for them. It was good for me. And it was great for us. So, you know, I just can't see it. Maybe if Seattle gets a retractable roof, but that's a whole other conversation for a long time from now. So. All right, last one here. I'm gonna wrap it up. Norb, where do you think Romo will end up? That's a really good question. I mean, I could see him ending up at the Redskins. You know, I mean, just all the teams that need a quarterback. The Browns need a quarterback. Chicago needs a quarterback. San Francisco needs a quarterback. San Francisco, that'd be an interesting one. Can you imagine Tony Romo in a San Francisco 49er outfit? It's kind of weird. Evan P, see you later. Kyle Clark, I have a big dent in my car every time I'm in Seattle. I don't know what to tell you, man. You guys got to pick better parking spots or drive a little more carefully or something. Anyway, I think that's it. I'm going to wrap this thing up. So, Bay Area Sports Talk. Yes, I will check out and subscribe to your channel. All right, babe. that's it, man. Super Bowl 51, Sunday. It's gonna be fun. Be watching it with a few friends. Oh, and I will be live streaming during that game too. So if you guys want to, watch the reactions during that game, hopefully it's an interesting one. But I'll be posting live, so you can watch along with me and see how it goes. So yeah, Sunday, let's get it. It'll be fun. And again, for tomorrow, look for this. My Super Bowl game simulation tomorrow with NorbCam reaction. Look for it tomorrow afternoon. All right, that's it. That's it for this first ever edition of NorbCam Now, because now is all that matters, and now you are in the know. All right, talk to you guys soon. Please remember to subscribe right here and check out my latest video, or a really cool video of some kind right over here. And keep watching. I appreciate you guys always being there, tuning in, interacting, doing the comments. So please like this video, comment, share, do all that kind of stuff. Type in what you think about this game coming up against between the Falcons and the Patriots, who you think is going to win, and your score prediction. We'll see who gets the closest. All right, type it in the comments so it'll last, because this chat is going to evaporate soon as always. Thanks you guys for watching. Appreciate you guys. Good night, and go Hawks, baby. See you at the Super Bowl. Take it easy. Go Hawks.